The ship's adrift on the shore of this uncharted desert isle, with Gilligan, the skipper too, the millionaire and his wife, the movie star, the professor and Marianne, here on Gilligan's Isle. Whoever wrote that's a genius. It really sticks in the head. I haven't watched an episode in years, yet it's right there. Right there. Anyway, welcome to another censored episode of The Apocalypse. Sorry, the other channel has been utterly made useless, and that's the point. So here we are, doing The Apocalypse over here. For 3 people, if it's what I must do. And since you have unwisely chosen the apocalypse, you are in urgent need of a guide. Unfortunately for me, and I do mean that sincerely, I happen to be that guide. Your humble guide, Nicholas. Notice how my thumb is tucked against my hand. I didn't do that intentionally, but it will be relevant later for another gesture. So yes, I'm your guide. Let us begin. This was one of the first stories out in the morning. White House Chief Susie Wiles, J.D. Vance, A.G. Bondi, Kash Patel, and Deputy A.G. Todd Blanche are expected to meet Wednesday evening at Vance's residence to discuss the Trump admin's strategy relating to the Epstein case. In other words, we got to come up with a bunch of lies and a plan here because this looks fucking horrible and we got to make it go away somehow. So let's come up with a lie or something. Let's arrest somebody. Let's do a plan. Because this Epstein shit is killing us. Look, Miss Bondi don't even want to show her fucking face. Hegseth, again, I saw one picture of him. I was going to present it the other day, but I never got a chance to. What's he on a bench? Where the fuck is he? Because he was all about the camera before. Where are the Daily Reich meetings? Why keep up the facade, right, Donnie? Why bother? Because we all know where it's going, son. It's not going to be a surprise. So they were going to have the major players of law enforcement, attorneys, vice president. We're going to have a meeting on how to try and stop this tidal wave of everyone knowing that Donnie is neck deep in the Epstein shit by his every word and action, let alone the evidence. Strategy meeting. Again, this will be relevant later as well because when it was brought up, when it was asked about by reporters, JD's like, oh, you people don't know what you're talking about. That's not true. That's the Democrats did that, said that. No. Somebody leaked it. It was a plan. They had a strategy meeting. Somebody leaked it. Somebody got a hold of it. So when it leaked and went public, they have to deny it now. And just have the meeting somewhere else. That's all. At a different location, different time. Or maybe they'll just have the meeting outright anyway to exactly the plan because who the fuck's going to report on it? Nobody. So I believe that was a thing. My personal opinion, I believe that meeting was planned and all those people were going to be there and they were going to conference Donnie in because Donnie can't go. Then it looks real bad. Those people got to take the fall. They got to take the heat. That's Donnie's shitbags. Every day, all day. Keep me out of it, keep my name out of it, but conference me the fuck in. That's what would have happened. And if they didn't have that specific meeting, they just had it somewhere else and they conferenced Donnie in there. That's all. Okay, this is about shareholders filing a lawsuit against Leon Scum. And really quickly, Leon says, it's never actually investors, it's always shitty class action lawyers grifting for their percentage of the verdict. Well, any lawyer would be grifting for their percentage of the verdict in a case like that. It's a money case. It's going to be a large sum of money turned over by somebody at the end of it. That's what lawyers work for. Literally. Most of them. They're the scum of the earth, the worst human being I've ever encountered, says the guy who gleefully slashed programs that fed third world children. Waved a chainsaw around, celebrating it. He's not a scumbag. The shareholders or whoever's suing him, and I don't even necessarily believe Leon when he says it's not the shareholders, because every headline I see says fucking shareholders. Maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe Leon's a goddamn liar. Which seems more likely? I know what answer I'd go with. Trump to announce additional $100 billion Apple investment in U.S. Now, I didn't know the significance of this when I saw this headline, New York Times. And I'm like, another ridiculously high number. Do you know what $100 billion is? Ridiculously high, son. So I don't know if I'm believing that number or believing that investment. I do believe they're trying to appease Donnie. Donnie put a post out the other day talking shit on Apple and Tim Apple. Now all of a sudden this is going on. What did I say when that happened? When Donnie started talking shit, that's the indicator. I explained these things were going to happen day one. When he talks shit on you, that means, what have you done for me lately? Where's my tribute? It's been 3 days, asshole. Or a week. Or a month. Or 6 months. I need, repetitive tribute, son. What do you fucking think this is? I'm God. I'm Caesar. I'm the king. I'm the Antichrist. I told you that was going to happen before the election. That he would never stop knocking at you people's door. You people that have the money, like the people that run the tech companies and a bunch of other companies. They're all paying tribute. Colleges, newspapers, TV networks, every CEO of every tech company just laying tribute. Now they're promising $100 billion. Everyone knows they can't make iPhones in the US. It'll cost $4,000. Everyone knows this. Yet we're all going through this fucking charade. The only way to get Americans to put the little Vietnam screws in for $4 an hour is forced labor. It's the only way it's possible, because Americans will starve before they do it. So do you understand where this is going? This investment in America, again, if they do everything in America, we all know this, it would cost way more. That doesn't mean it was good to ship the jobs overseas. Maybe if they were paying more, they could charge more. Do you understand how that works? Maybe if they raised wages over the years, way higher than they are now, people be willing to pay more because it's all made here. There's more jobs for here as well. So the decision to send it all overseas killed us the second it was made. It killed this experiment called America. It killed all these businesses. They'll all go away. This isn't sustainable anymore. And Donnie's the Antichrist, and he's going to ruin everything. And I mean fucking everything. Look, he's at Tim Apple again, wanting more tribute. When someone pledges $100 billion or $400 billion, do you think Donnie says to himself, that's great for America, and I'm not going to touch that. That's not my money. No, that's not what he says, son. Not that the numbers are true, but whatever money they throw our way. So remember, a post came out by Donnie the other day talking shit on Apple and Tim Apple. Hey, you better be making things in America. I'm going to hit you with tariffs or, whatever I got to do. Everyone knows we can't do that because of the way it's all set up now, wage-wise. So they're still going through this charade of promising some ungodly amount of money that'll probably never happen just to appease Donnie. But later on, Tim Apple goes to the fucking White House and gives Donnie basically a bribe, a present. Right in front of everybody. That's where we're at now. You openly give, expensive gifts to the president. Right in front of cameras. airplane, Sky Mansion, right in front of everyone's fucking face. And then they say, well, it's going to cost about $1 billion to maintain and to fix up to standard. And, you know, you're cool with paying that, right? They're saying that right to our face. So Tim Apple again had to shame himself, you know, throw his spine, his dignity out the fucking window and go kiss Donnie's ass and gargle his, you know what, and fucking give him a present and make this pledge. I guess that's where the headline came from before Tim got there. The theater was already planned. I'm finding some of these alerts disturbing. Japan has set a new all-time temperature record less than a week after the last record. Japan's highest ever recorded temperature now stands at 41.8 C. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit. I think it's over 100, isn't it? And it's all in orange. Pretty much all of Japan. Hong Kong has just experienced its wettest August day on record. Roughly the same amount of rain fell in 17 hours that London gets on average in 6 months. Flash floods and landslides were reported. 12,000 lightning strikes accompanied the rainstorm. I'm seeing stories like this all over the world. It's either flooding and, again, 6 inches of rain in a half hour, or it's record heat. And that's global. Pretty much. I'm a little worried about it. A little concerned. And this, you know, also didn't help when this popped up in my feed. This is the 1930s global temperature anomalies compared to 2015 to 2024. And you'll see a fucking significant difference in these two maps. The top one is from years ago in the 30s. The bottom one is now, basically. Notice how it wasn't quite global yet. Now, I mean, that pretty much says it all, doesn't it? Those two maps right there. If they're accurate, I assume they are. Because I remember the 1980s when I was a child. I remember the skies were a lot clearer. Didn't look so messy. And I don't remember it being this hot. Wherever you go, I'm from New Jersey. Whether I go back to New Jersey, whether I stay here, of course it's a lot hotter here because it's a tropical climate, but it's more than tropical, man. It's deadly. You know, some nights 87 degrees, 88 degrees and humid. Hard to live in. Really hard. Very uncomfortable. Wears on you. In Jersey, it might cool down a little bit more, but the summers are pretty damn hot. And it used to be 2 months of summer. Now it's fucking 4 or 5 months of summer. I noticed it got hotter over the years. Just an observation, not based on any study or anything that people say. I'm noticing it's kind of global now, too. In regions it has no business being. It worries me a bit. It feels like we went over another kind of tipping point with this climate shit. And some volcanoes that are acting up, and that quake over in Russia, those quakes by Jersey, they bother me a little bit too. Just saying. Trump has ordered, I wonder if Trump's name was going to be on this. Trump has ordered the installation of a new statue in Washington, D.C. of Albert Pike, a Confederate general who supported slavery, was allegedly involved in the Ku Klux Klan, and said only the white race is fit to govern. So I characterize him like this: high-level Freemason, traitor to his nation. The slavery stuff and all that, that's fucking horrible too. But the two things I think of: traitor to his nation, high-level Freemason. Everyone knows this, so of course Donnie the Antichrist needs that statue back up. Donnie's a traitor too. He can relate. Ghislaine Maxwell reportedly told the DOJ she never witnessed Donald Trump engage in any concerning behavior in her presence, per ABC News. And, in other news, Ghislaine just happens to need a pardon, and Donnie, the guy she says never did anything bad in her presence, he's the guy that can pardon her. Isn't that interesting? It's just a coincidence. It has nothing to do with Ghislaine all of a sudden being so talkative. Look, again, this is pure theater. Everyone knows it, even the rubes, and just don't make it worse by trying to defend it, by preaching it, that it's cool, it's okay. You shouldn't have your name on it at all, but, preaching this, we all know he's guilty. We all know what he did. We know the allegations are true. Yet some people are still on board. I don't see how you can do that. So according to Ghislaine, Donnie didn't do nothing wrong. It's exactly what we all said would happen. Every single person that's commented on this, we all said basically the same thing. Ghislaine's going to name some people. She's not going to name Donnie and said he's a good boy. And she's going to go home to her, I don't know, minimum security or, straight up pardon, get out of jail free. Who knows? Maybe she'll have the Jeff Epstein deal out in Florida under Bondi and Acosta, where, he gets to go home all day. Just come back to the prison for a couple hours, make it look good. And you go home, and party some more. That was his life down there in the Florida justice system under Bondi and Acosta. Now Ghislaine's in minimum security because Donnie's in the fucking hot seat. And he needs Ghislaine to come out. Who we can trust her word, right, guys? The locked up sex trafficker who would do anything to get the fuck out of prison. We can trust what she has to say, right? Again, this is all pure theater designed to put the idea forth, oh, Donnie's not guilty. Look, the sex trafficker said so. It's so pathetic, and it only, in my eyes, just makes him look more guilty. They didn't give a fuck about Ghislaine, remember. They were going to let her rot forever. All of a sudden, now they care. Want to talk to her. Want to have private meetings with her. All of a sudden, from those private meetings, we get, snippets that get leaked out like, Ghislaine said Donnie did nothing wrong, so the Rubes can sleep tonight. No, you can't sleep tonight. Your name's still on it, son. You know it ain't right. You know he did it. Let's not pretend. That's why your country's over. You were pretending. Here's the misery that is Tom Homan. When can we expect the first deportees to be sent to Rwanda? Homan, we're working on it. Like, we're working on sending those people to Rwanda so they die. Okay. Do you have any reaction to a judge considering halting operations at Alligator Alcatraz over environmental concerns? Homan, I don't understand what the environmental concerns are. They take waste out of there every day. Okay, so he's saying there's waste removal. Okay. There's still environmental impact, of course, but we shouldn't even be discussing environmental impact. It's a motherfucking concentration camp. Can we discuss that? Reporters? Can you do something? Can you help us a little bit? Maybe not point out the environmental impact. Maybe point out the impact of having fucking concentration camps in America. Maybe that should be the, problem that should be pointed to. Not that I don't care about the environment. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that's fucking secondary. That's a damn concentration camp, son. Since when do we have those in America? And they ain't just for illegal immigrants. If you think it's all this theater you're seeing, is for illegal immigrants. That's the blanket they put over it. If you think that's real, son, you better ask somebody and find out the real reason. Because it ain't illegal immigrants. It's you. You're the reason. They got to get to you. So instead of demanding the actual Epstein files, the MAGA base is now swallowing Ghislaine Maxwell's story about Trump never behaving badly around her. This is after Trump transferred her to a goddamn minimum security girls summer camp. Yeah. And she needs a pardon on top of it. She would say Donnie's, the patron saint of fucking grifting, if that's what he needed her to say, to get the fuck out of prison. I think most humans would actually say whatever the fuck they needed to say or do whatever favor they needed to do to get the fuck out of prison. No one wants to be in prison. So again, this is all theater we just cannot take seriously, can we? No. I am proud. This is a Donnie post. I am proud to be the only president, with the possible exception of the late, great George Washington, to donate my salary. My first paycheck went to the White House Historical Association as we make much needed renovations to the beautiful people's house. He's talking about the ballroom. He's alleging he's donating for renovations, including the ballroom. Now, this idea of him donating his paycheck, that wasn't verified in his first term. We know he donated maybe the first 2 checks. After that, we don't know shit. I think that's what he's doing here again. No, his whole salary isn't going to go to pay for that ballroom, son. You are going to pay for that ballroom. Donnie does not pay for things. And I don't even believe he gave his first paycheck unless I see documented fucking evidence of it. This is a fucking liar. A shameless liar. I've never seen anything like him. He sharpied a weather map. You fucking morons. So, just because he says he donated his check, just because he said he donated his checks last time, I'm not believing that. Donnie doesn't pay his bills. What the fuck are you talking about? Never. Never. So I don't even believe that, but let's say it's true. What about the rest of the salary? You going to donate that too? No. Never. That's not Donnie's shitbags. You will pay for that ballroom. You will pay for that bride plane. You will pay for all the welfare in the world for Leon, Greasy Pete, and Mr. Altman and others. And you'll do it with a smile on your face till there's nothing left. But their dominion over us. So again, he's trying to plant the idea that, the reason we can build this $200 million ballroom is because of my first, paycheck. His salary is only like, 400 something thousand a year? Or did it go up to 600,000? That's a long way off of 200 million. Wouldn't you say? I would. So I'm not impressed. Is he going to pay the whole 200 million? Are the donors going to pay it? No, son, you're the donors, and you fucking know it. You're the mark, and you know it. Sean Diddy Combs' lawyer just confirmed on national TV that they not only reached out, but also had actual conversations with Trump administration about pardoning him. So, I don't know. Donnie's really into, pardoning, helping out his sex trafficking friends. Have you noticed that? We've got the 2 most high-profile alleged sex traffickers, Puff Daddy and Ghislaine Maxwell, and he about to let them both out. And he's in a million pictures with both of them and with Jeff. Bunch of pictures with Puff Daddy. So that tells me that, Puff Daddy probably had a similar thing going that Jeff had going. Otherwise, Donnie wouldn't have been there so much. Just a thought. So too, super high profiles, alleged or sex traffickers, or whatever you want to fucking call them. The president. These are the people he's photographed with all the fucking time. Puff Daddy and Jeff Epstein. And he's about to let Jeff Epstein's girlfriend, who helped him run the whole thing, recruit women, everything, out or in minimum security, Club Med. You can't make this shit up. And, I say he's the Antichrist. Who else but the Antichrist could pull this wool bullshit over everyone's eyes like this? My God. He's like, best friends with the two most high-profile sex traffickers, Puff Daddy and Jeff Epstein. Picture upon picture of them together. Name in flight logs. Name in a contact book. That's a verified contact book. 14 contact numbers for the Trumps. What are we talking about here? There's no debate here. It's obvious he's guilty as fuck. Ridiculous. I mean, I can't believe in the same span of time we're talking about not only pardoning or letting Ghislaine stay at Club Med, pardoning Puff Daddy too. Holy fuck. How evil do you have to be caught up in both those fucking things? To the point you gotta pardon people, because if you don't, they might start talking. And you can't have that. Jeff didn't get a chance, obviously. These two still have a chance to run their mouth. And Donnie knows that, and that's why they'll get, treated with kid gloves. Unbelievable. And you people have your name on this, and you know who I'm talking to. Holy fuck. Oh, these military men jumping out of a rental truck, like a U-Haul, Penske type truck, full gear, masks, everything, chasing anything Latin standing nearby, they were chasing it. Grabbing the people, throwing them in a truck or van or whatever. And I thought to myself when I watched this, I said, guys in masks in vans or trucks that jump out and grab people and take them away, we used to call that kidnapping, Now we call it Wednesday. That's where the fuck we're at. That's fucking horrifying. Horrifying. And again, if you think this is about illegal immigrants, son, and it's not about you, you're just stupid. You're stupid. This is Penske Company, the truck the guys used. This is what it looks like. I couldn't believe it. And they're not denouncing concentration camps and kidnapping people at machine gun point and masked men. No, that's not what they're talking about. They're talking about their safety regulations. You're not allowed to transport humans in the back of the truck. This is them trying to save, their business from a straight up boycott by people. And their big attempt is, for safety reasons, you're not supposed to have human beings in the back of these U-Haul style trucks with the pull down, door in the back and everything. And, stupid me, I thought, concentration camps and, broad daylight kidnappings by guys in masks with machine guns. I thought that was the problem. Forgive me. Penske Truck Rental is aware of recent reports and videos regarding the Department of Homeland Security operation in Los Angeles. Penske strictly prohibits the transportation of people in the cargo area of its vehicles under any circumstances. Just people. Can't have them back there. The company was not made aware that its trucks would be used in today's operation and did not authorize this. Penske will reach out to DHS and reinforce its policy to avoid improper use of its vehicles in the future. Yeah, I'm sure the guys with the masks and machine guns, they're going to give a fuck that Penske doesn't want them using their trucks in that manner. As if, what are they going to do to them? They're guys in masks with machine guns. What's Penske going to do to them? Obviously not stop renting to them. So they ain't really taking much of a stand here, are they? You think they would say, well, we don't want to rent for DHS operations. Nah, I didn't read that in here. Did you hear that? No, I didn't. I heard you just can't have human beings in the back of the truck. And we're going to have a talk with you, letting you know our safety guidelines. That's all. Nothing about concentration camps. Nothing about kidnapping people, using their equipment. That's where America's at. The problem is, the insurance company. And, if we got humans back there, it might be a lawsuit or something. We can't have that. Concentration camp. We ain't worried about that. Kidnapping people in broad daylight in a mask with a machine gun? We're not worried about that. And we'll continue to rent to DHS. Donnie message on his money laundering thing. My special envoy Steve Witkoff just had a highly productive meeting with the Russian President Vlad Putin. Great progress was made. I updated my European allies, or some of our European allies, as if we have those anymore. Everyone agrees the war must come to a close. All right, I'm going to stop reading there. Why? Because this is meaningless. Nothing was achieved. Absolutely nothing. The second I read this, I knew it. I said, there's nothing here. Nothing got done. It was just another meeting. What, checking in for Donnie? Getting a status report, seeing how Donnie's doing in Vlad's eyes? How Vlad's asset is doing? His evaluation score, maybe? Because Witkoff didn't go there to end the war. Because nothing got achieved. Jack shit. I knew it again as soon as I read the first sentence. Tacoed ahead of schedule. This is Darth Putin saying that. And remember, Darth Putin knows all and sees all, and he's spot bloody on again. Donnie tacoed with Putin, gave him more time. Nothing got accomplished in a meeting. We keep going through this fucking song and dance, this piece of theater over and over. We all know Vlad runs shit right now till Donnie snaps the leash. Every time Donnie gives him a hard time, Vlad doubles the attack on Ukraine. Just to show the world, Donnie's his bitch. Since 1987, Donnie Krasnov, and Vlad's in charge. One more time until Donnie snaps the leash. Habeas corpus missing from our Constitution due to a coding error. Yes, the Library of Congress, the habeas corpus section of the Constitution got removed. That was done intentionally. Everyone knows it. Everyone was talking about it all morning. It was all over the internet. Everyone was kind of shocked. Because, they are trying pretty hard to get rid of due process in this country. The Reich, I mean. It's kind of obvious. And they have with certain individuals that used to be protected, are no longer. Because the Reich's decided, we don't have to give them due process, fuck them. So the Library of Congress site made those disappear. Obviously, someone in the Reich was behind that and wanted that done. They obliged. Then people noticed. Then they put a statement out. It has been brought to our attention that some of the sections of Article 1 are missing from the Constitution annotated website. We've learned that this is due to a coding error, and it goes on. No, it wasn't, son. It got discovered and discussed all over the fucking internet, and it looked real fucking bad. Because everybody already knows this is going to dictatorship. We kind of are already there. Then you see, due process disappears off a government website. It kind of gives the game away, doesn't it? Yeah, when people notice that, you got to put it back and say it's a coding error. Right. I didn't know about this till I saw this post. This is real. That's the name of their new concentration camp in Indiana. And this is the Homeland Security account. This is a government account for the White House. And it looks like this. Speedway next to a prison. And I guess in Indiana, they think that's cool. That's their idea of a good time. I don't know. I knew there was going to be some built in Indiana. I just knew this. The Speedway Slammer. So like Alligator Auschwitz, we've got funny, cute nicknames for the concentration camps. That's where America is at. That's where Caesar has taken us. So far. Where cute nicknames are joked about, discussed, and used for concentration camps. America's over, son. I've been trying to tell you. The Speedway Slammer, another concentration. Let's celebrate it. Let's advertise it. That's the Reich doing it. Homeland Security. Your government in quotes. Glorifying a concentration camp. Advertising a concentration camp. Trying to make it cool. That's cool, right, Rubes? Racing cars and concentration camps, right? That's why your country's over, son. When asked about the eligibility of mixed-race South Africans for asylum, Spencer Creation, a senior official in the U.S. State Department's Bureau of Population, Refugees, and Migration, told diplomats that the program is intended for white people. So only whites allowed. That's the policy for South Africa. Now you know. Only whites allowed. To come into the country. Anybody else, get the fuck out. They're telling you right there. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, well, it's the whites that are being persecuted. Yeah, okay. I don't see them wanting to come over here in droves, do you? They brought a couple of shipments. It don't seem like it's working out, and it don't seem like they really want to be here that much. So I guess there's not hordes of black people going after them. Otherwise, they'd be in a real big hurry to get the fuck out, wouldn't they? They're not, though. Leon and Donnie extended the invitation. I mean, my God, day 2 of the administration? I didn't see a lot of South Africans lining up, did you? I guess they don't want to come here. I don't know why. Maybe they got a cushy thing going over there. So it must not be as bad as people are trying to present it, huh? The white genocide shit. Yeah, otherwise we'd be seeing boatloads, plane loads of white South Africans fleeing. If their lives were really in danger, their asses would be out of there. They're not leaving, though. That tells me something. They got an invitation. They've had it for months and months. They still there. Homeland Security removes age limits for ICE recruits to boost hiring for Trump deportations. The second I read this afternoon, whenever it was, 12 p.m., whatever, I thought Hitler Youth. Like I thought with Doge and Big Balls and all that. Kids that college dropouts that were young as fuck. Certain dudes right out of high school like Big Balls. I thought Hitler Youth then. This really feels like Hitler Youth. Second I heard age limits gone, I'm like, well, how young are they going to go here? In an interview with Fox and Friends, the puppy killer said applicants could be as young as 18. We no longer have a cap on how old you can be, or you can continue at age 18. Sign up for ICE and join us and be a part of it. We'll get you trained and ready to be equipped to go out on the streets and help protect families, the puppy killer said. Now, when the AI did the search, when I did this search to see if it was true before I read this, the AI said, oh no, the age is 21, not 18. And only the top end age was raised up to 40 or something, age 40. I guess it was late 30s was the oldest you could be. So it got raised to 40 or 40 something on the high end. On the low end, according to Fox News and Miss Noam out of her own fucking mouth, now you can be 18. That's a high school kid. Kidnapping people with a machine gun and a mask. For money. Sounds like Hitler Youth to me, and it's a great way to introduce it. Maybe go a little younger in a couple years, get some 16-year-olds. You know, young men that won't understand that they're betraying their country, their fellow citizens, they're participating in evil, Nazism, and even worse. They'll be too young to get it. They'll just think it's cool. I thought Hitler Youth immediately. Now we've got a legit Hitler Youth. And a private police force for Donnie with massive machine guns. Tim Apple pathetically kisses Trump's ass by pretending him with a 24-karat gold gift. I don't think Aaron meant to write pretending. I think presenting. And that's what this looked like. So Donnie got, straight up bribe, straight up tribute, straight up gift. What did I say the other day? When Donnie put his post out about Tim Apple and you better do things in America, I'm going to tariff your ass, I'm going to fuck you up. I said, hey, if Tim Apple just pays him some kind of tribute, maybe this will go away for a while. There he is, right there. And he says, yeah, we'll invest $100 billion. And I'm sure Donnie got some, personal money out of him. More tribute right there. Exactly what I said Tim should do. He did. I said this on camera to you people. And a bunch of bots. I said, Tim, or maybe I wrote it at the top of a post. I remember saying it in some form over the past few days. I said if Apple just pays him some tribute, maybe this, his anger against Apple will go away for a little bit. And, you'll get another month or two before he knocks on the door again and wants more from you. How much is it going to cost all you guys to go through this facade where you're going to do everything in America, make everything in America? Because you can't actually do it. It's going to cost you a lot to fake it, though. Obviously. $100 billion is being promised, and he's being presented with a gold trinket of some sort, 24-karat gold, as if he's Caesar or something. This is the new normal, paying tribute. Again, you're dealing with someone who thinks he's God here. Thinks he's Caesar, king of the world. I'm not joking. So, again, Tim Apple, let me blow it up for you. Paying tribute, boy. How many times have we seen this story? People paying tribute to Donnie in the form of settlements, lawsuits, all kind of things. Straight up gifts, like a sky mansion or this 24-karat gold thing. All for the Antichrist. Have you ever seen anything like this? People paying tribute to a U.S. president as if he were a king, Caesar, or a god, a pharaoh. I've never seen it. They all know what they need to do, and boy, are they doing it. They laying down that tribute at Donnie's feet. It's fascinating to watch. It's otherworldly. You can feel the kind of supernaturalness about it. I wonder again, do they recognize who he is, or they just need him? I don't know. This isn't normal, what we're seeing. How every oligarch, tech bro, tech person, CEO, everyone just dropping money in this guy's lap. And gifts and bribes and everything. And we're all sitting back and watching it. Do you remember it ever being like this before with the Bushes or the Clintons or Obamas or anyone? No, not at all. Nothing like this. And this began almost immediately when he won. Remember, the second he won, you had Mika and Joe running over there begging for their lives. Bill Maher showed up again, eventually begging for his life. People knew, people could see, people were scared. Remember that? He was talking shit on all kind of companies, letting them know. And I explained at the time, If he talks that shit on you, that means, what have you done for me lately? Pay me a visit, drop me, a couple $100 million. What are we doing here? Mr. Sindar, Mr. Zuckerberg, Mr. Gates, Mr. Apple. I've never seen anything like it, have you? It's almost as if it's supernatural. It's almost as if he's some kind of antichrist or something. All he has to do is post about a company. Next thing you know, the fucking CEO showing up, giving him gold, and pledging $100 billion, according to Donnie. There's something to that. People know what they need to do, and they're doing it. They're prostrating themselves. Donnie, at the podium at this little event here with Apple, at the White House, I believe, will be putting a tariff on approximately 100% on chips and semiconductors. 100% tariff on chips and semiconductors that get used in everything. That's not going to be good for anyone except Donnie's pocket, because that's where the money's going. Holy fuck. He put a caveat, unless you build here. The problem is, if you build here now, after they've already ruined the system and shipped everything to the third world, now the prices go up exponentially, and we can't even afford the prices now, us peasants out here. That means a lot less sales, huh? When the peasants can't afford to finance a $4,000 iPhone. Or a $4,000 Galaxy. I'm not joking. You can't still sell it for $1,200 or whatever it costs. Even that's expensive. It's a phone, man. I know it can do a lot more than that, but damn. 100% tariff on chips and semiconductors unless you build in America. I don't think that's going to work. I don't think it's going to work. I think it's going to be fucking dreadful for the economy. Forcing all the companies to build in America and start production in America, first of all, that'll take years to set up. Second of all, it'll cost them billions of fucking dollars. And that's what I was saying in the last video. All your businesses will get ruined because of your greed. Because you voted for the Antichrist. Because you wanted tax cuts and deregulation, etc. All the evil things you've always wanted. Why you always vote Republican when you're at that level of society. All you tech bros did. I know you did. He's going to ruin all of your businesses. He's going to fuck Apple all up. As they got to, put this facade up that they're going to manufacture, do everything here in America to avoid these tariffs. What about all the other companies? Every American technical company like Apple is going to now build and manufacture here and pay American wages? No. They can't do it. They'll lose a shit ton of money trying to fake it, though. They've already lost a lot of money. A lot of businesses, major businesses, car companies, etc. Tariffs. Killing them. Killing them. Tim Cook gets up to the mic and starts gargling Trump hard. So Tim went there, paid tribute with a golden gift, went up there and flattered the Antichrist, did put on the song and dance, did all the theater he needed to do to get Donnie to back down for a little bit. I literally said this. What if Apple just pays him tribute? Maybe they make this go away for a while. That's all they got to do. It's become the norm. That's how I knew, what would happen, what should happen. And Tim took my advice. Not that he heard it. Here's Donnie again. It's funny. We had no land was taken from Trump. It was taken from Bush. It was taken from Biden. The whole thing would take from Biden if it weren't for us. and it was taken by Obama. Take a look at what was taken. He's talking about Vladimir Putin taking land. Nothing was taken under Donnie's watch, according to Donnie, when he's the literal Russian asset, Donnie Krasnov. I didn't see the other presidents apologizing for Vlad Putin all the time and capitulating to him. In fact, I saw Vlad backing down from all of them. That's why he needed his fat-ass orange asset in there, Donnie. None of the others wanted to work with him. Donnie, no problem. He's been an asset since 1987. He needed money. That's simple. He turned to the Russian mob. Donnie doesn't make profits unless he's money laundering or something. They're the only profits he makes. Not actual, legit business profits. Never. So Donnie's saying no land was taken by Russia under me, but it was taken under all these other presidents. Vlad's literal bitch is saying that. Is Vice President Vance hosting a gathering tonight to talk about how to respond to the Epstein situation? Trump, is he working on that? He's pretending he doesn't know. And he wasn't going to be conferenced the fuck in. He commanded it. Get the fuck out of here. Pretending he doesn't know. Donnie always does that when he thinks he's going to get in trouble. Just like a child. I don't know, Mom. I got nothing to do with it. Is he hosting some kind of gathering of top advisors this evening to talk about how to respond to the Epstein situation? Trump, I don't know. Yeah, he knows. He knows. The exact opposite's true. He knows, and he planned it. That's why it's happening. Vance denies that he's hosting a meeting to talk about Epstein. Then Trump jumps in to say the whole thing is a hoax. It's put out by the Democrats. Really? It's a way to try to divert attention to something that's total bullshit. No, in fact, it's quite the opposite. Donnie is trying to divert your attention to the Democrats. Because his ass is all up in the Epstein shit. The literal, again, he's inverting reality literally. Projecting what he's doing onto others. He's the champion of it. So's the devil. So's Vlad Putin. He does that all the time. He called Ukraine a bunch of Nazis, calls them Nazis all the time, says he's liberating Ukraine from the Nazis. No, Vlad and his people are the Nazis. One of the biggest Nazi movements on the globe is in Russia, actually. A lot of people love it over there. Vlad, too. So Vlad inverts reality literally by saying the Ukrainians are Nazis. The Jewish person, Zelensky, is the Nazi, not Vlad Putin, the KGB agent. The mobster. The guy who has people thrown out of windows as if they're nothing. Again, pure inversion of reality, completely of Satan. Donnie does it every fucking day. It's put out by the Democrats. No, nothing's put out. The little bit we do know that's come out over the years has Donnie's name all over it. Not to mention the pictures, the video, etc. Now this song and dance with Ghislaine they're doing makes them look 87,000 times more guilty. So it ain't the Democrats that did this to you, son. Rubes, cult members, Donnie did. And he's making it worse every second. This is Donnie talking about the military takeover of various areas of your country again. You ready? We're going to do something about it. That includes bringing in the National Guard, maybe very quickly, too. Again, he tells you what he's going to do before he does it, and then he does it. Maybe very quickly, too, we'll bring the military into American streets. Again. Again! Again! Already did it in Cali. There's still 250 troops on the street in Cali. Now he's going to do it in DC. He's been setting the stage for this for days and weeks. And, magically, one of their top Doge people one of the most publicly known ones, happens to get assaulted by a bunch of minors. And in the post I read you yesterday regarding that, he's like, yeah, I need to bring in the troops for that, because one guy got attacked. We need to bring troops in. No, that's just an excuse, son. Just like the excuses he used for Cali. The plan was always to put troops on the streets. He just needs bullshit reasons to do it and bullshit reasons to keep them there. And we're just all like, okay. Again, it's so over. Expect troops on the street in D.C., I don't know, within the month. That's my guess. When they talk about things, they tell us ahead of time what they're going to do in plain English. We keep going about our day as if they didn't say that and they're never going to do it. It's ridiculous. And then they do it. So at some point, and I expect it to be soon, maybe very quickly too, troops on the street of D.C., that's where the Reich is going next. Elon Musk is the most unpopular figure in the country right now. That's a reporter saying that. Howard Nutlick chuckles. Reporter, do you miss having him around the White House? Trump, he had a bad moment. Really bad moment. But he's a good person. I think I believe that. Is that Donnie extending an olive branch? He had a bad moment. That means, do you know what a bad moment means? Leon literally implicated Donnie to have some type of major association with Jeff Epstein, and that's why the files weren't being released. Leon said that, wrote it out, posted it. That's he had a bad moment, saying you're all over the Epstein files. I don't know. Maybe Donnie's going to let him back in the circle. Maybe he's thinking Leon could give him a few more $100 million or something. Because again, Leon's just the money in the room, and that's any other human that is around him. That's how they look at him. He's the money in the room. That's it. That's how Donnie looks at him. And he used Leon to get him where he needed to be, and he always planned on getting rid of Leon. Again, can Leon and Donnie, with their egos, they both think they're God, Caesar, king, they're worthy of that? Can those two egos be in the same room in a kind of co-chancellorship? No. One was always going to put the knife in the other's back and get rid of him. Donnie's a champion at that. Leon never had a chance. Neither does Greasy Pete. Greasy Pete and Leon and JD, I have a feeling they're going to be kind of disappointed because, again, this is the Antichrist, this is the beast. He has the blessing and they don't. I don't think their little coup that they have planned, and they've made chess moves to try and make it happen already by things that were said and done, like, Donnie's in the Epstein files, like Leon said. I have a feeling they're going to be disappointed and that Donnie's not going fucking nowhere. Because he has the blessing. Not Leon, not Thale, not anyone else. Leon has the lesser blessing. So Leon had a bad moment, according to Donnie. He still loves him. That's what Donnie said. I figured they'd kiss and make up at some point. Donald Trump on the Epstein scandal. The whole thing is a hoax. It's put out by the Democrats. It's a way to try to divert attention to something that's total bullshit. Yeah, that doesn't sound nervous at all, right? That's what the poster is saying. Total bullshit, he calls it. Okay, this is Vance jumping in on the question about him. Is VP Vance hosting a gathering this evening to talk about how to respond to the Epstein situation? Vance, I saw reports today and it's completely fake news, so that's Vance's perspective. I don't believe him. Trump, the whole thing is a hoax. It's put out by the Democrats. Total bullshit. So that's what led to that comment that I read you earlier. Donnie cut it off. He didn't let Vance answer any further, and he's basically saying again is the whole Epstein thing is a hoax and bullshit. Sure it is, Donnie. This was put out again by Homeland Security. They're really getting very Reiki. Very Reiki. Isn't it beautiful? No age cap. Join ICE now. Are you ready to put a mask on and kidnap people at machine gun point? Then the Reich has the job for you. So you see the young man, you see the older man. 18, some would say, some would call that a child. Some would call that not a man yet. Some would call that a kid. The Hitler Youth. Literally now. I guess in a couple of years, they'll lower it down to 17 or 16 or 15. Get them younger and younger. They'll have them in the schools when they're really young with the AI teaching only Reich approved curriculum. So they'll have that indoctrination going. Yeah, this poster, I get World War II Germany vibes like a motherfucker from this. That Reich that was built then. And again, this is your government, in quotes, putting this in front of you, glorifying it, advertising it. Total Hitler Youth vibes, man. I am not liking what I'm seeing. Posters like this. 1930s Germany, baby. It's just written all over it. Look at it again. No age cap. Now we can get kids straight out of high school or still in. Some are 18 while they're in high school. Depends. I'm not liking where this Reich is going. Someone altered the picture. They said, fixed it for you. What we have is an older man and a child probably of 12 years old, and then a child that is very young. That's more accurate. That's really what they're trying to convey, in my opinion. And that's what I feel when I saw the headline, that the age cap, and I read Kristi Noem's words. This is exactly what I felt. And this is where it's going, man. This is really bad. I can't believe this is reality. I'm amazed. Again, it's like some bad nightmare. It's like some dystopian fucking nightmare. But it's real. No age gap. Man, this is not going to... Am I at the end finally? This is not going to a good place. I'll leave with this. You can look at this. What do you feel when you look at this? These are going to be people that are going to put a mask on. Why aren't they showing them with the mask and a machine gun? Because that's the real job, son. Being a thug for a dictator, that's the real job. And not being able, no one can hold you accountable because you're in a mask with a machine gun. No due process, just grabbing people, throwing them in a van, truck, whatever, Penske truck, U-Haul, whatever they can grab. As always, people, my main message is don't take the mark. And that's coming. And if shit like this doesn't tell you it's coming, I don't know what to tell you. So just say no to the mark. Just say no to concentration camps or death camps. Just say no to 18-year-olds putting on full tactical gear, putting a mask on, and grabbing a machine gun and kidnapping people. Say no to that. And don't take the mark. And as always, people, if you'd like to help out, all two of you, I'll put the PayPal in the comment section. It'll float around because I'm not allowed to pin shit. I don't think I can. I'm not sure. On this channel. Because we're not on the old channel. So if you'd like to help out, that'll be there. I'd really appreciate it. And until the next episode, have a wonderful evening.